Hi again. Today I'll be looking at the drum transient shaping technique that does not require a specialized plugin. Use the timing index in the description of the embedded chapter links in this video to jump between sections. Remember to like and subscribe for content updates. I'm going to use the drum loop from the Ableton pack Chop and Swing. If you haven't got this, then it can be downloaded from the Ableton website. The loop is quite crusty, so good material for this sort of approach. What we're going to do here is to right-click the audio file in the browser window and select Slice to New MIDI track. Make some selections in the dialog. I have my own slicing preset, and if you want to know how to make your own, then click the link in the description to watch a video. Not by me, by the way. So what we now have is a sliced audio file and a MIDI part to trigger the slices. My slicer preset essentially starts up with the decay, sustain and release settings dialed back so that the samples are cleaned up. It's sort of like a gate but without the artifacts. So you can clean up or introduce more of the ambience just by controlling these elements. Duplicate the channel containing the drum MIDI track. On this track, reduce the sustain and release parameters to 0 and reduce the decay amount to control the transient strength. By managing the decay level, you can reveal as much or as little of the drum loop. I've reduced the decay until we only hear clicks. Use a utility plugin to compensate for any volume loss due to the lack of overall sustain. This is a bit like using makeup gain in a compressor. Then use the overall channel volume to balance the level of the loop and the transient layer. Remember that how audible this technique is will vary and depends upon the amount of decay, the utility gain and the overall mixer channel level. It's very much like a parallel processing technique. You can use this transient processing technique to bring out certain artifacts of a drum loop. What we'll do now is to group the two channels together, add a glue compressor for cohesion with about 2 to 5 dB of compression, and use the makeup gain to replace any loss of volume. You can see there's a difference to the response behavior of the glue compressor with and without the transient layer. Then we add a drum bus, take the dry wet down, add some back in, you can just hear that kind of poking through. Use a little bit of the boom, and adjust the levels to taste. So if we wanted a bit more ambience, then we bring up the overall sustain characteristics of the main drum loop and not the transient. And if we want it tighter, then we bring the sustain and decay amounts down. I hope you've enjoyed this walkthrough and explanation of this alternate approach to transient shaping. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.